Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I am going to be talking about autistic burnout because up until very recently it isn't something I'd heard of, because as you all know I am reasonably new to the autistic community and it's one of those terms I just hadn't heard. Basically, an autistic burnout is a fancy term for what happens after a long amount of time of trying to be neurotypical or repress autistic characteristics. So force yourself to make eye contact, stop yourself stimming and stuff like that. It's often related to trying to fit in with society and peers. It is more common in adults for this reason because it's less accepted in society for adults to be openly autistic, and autistic in social situations and in public it's just less socially accepted. I'm just going to talk about it for me, really. For me, it will occasionally happen after a week or so of being with people who don't know that I'm autistic, so I've got to desperately try and change who I am, which isn't healthy, and I know it's not, but I'd still do it anyway. I'm pretty sure some of you guys do too, even. It's classed as social burnout, which is when at the end of a really bad sensory day, so when all your senses have been heightened and everything is a lot worse than it usually would, it's a bit like a meltdown, but instead of, for me anyway, meltdowns always come out as anger or upset or whatever. It just leaves me physically unable to do much. Like, I normally end up physically ill, like I have a migraine or feel like really run down, and that is how I feel after a week or so of pretending to be typical. So I would say that that's a burnout for me. Some people, I looked this up online before filming this, and some people have said that you have to have pretended to be neurotypical or whatever for years before it happens, but I for one disagree with that, because it's happened with me when I have seen people that aren't autistic and don't know I'm autistic for quite a while, and I've had to stop myself from doing stuff I'd normally do. What I do when this happens, I normally take a day out for myself and watch Netflix and stim and stuff, but that's just me. Self-care for me is being lazy, as you will all know by now. So yeah, that is pretty much all I have to say on autistic burnout. Let me know what your experiences are and whether you agree that it only happens, because all the sources I found on the internet said it only happens after years of pretending to be neurotypical and whatever, but I don't think that's true. Let me know down in the comments if you agree with me or them. I might do a video in more detail about this, but there isn't really that much detail I can give. I think that's all the detail that there is really out there. There will be probably no videos until later on next week now, because I'm going to the autism show in Birmingham this week and next weekend, and the weekend after that I'm going to the Manchester one, and I shall be vlogging the Manchester one. Be sure to let me know in the comments if you go in, and I'll come and say hey or whatever. But the Birmingham one anyway, I will be working most of the time, so probably won't have that much time to chat. But I hope you've enjoyed this rambly, bit of a ranty video. Yeah, I don't know where I was going for, what I was going for, but I hope you enjoyed it anyway. So yeah, see you soon.